Hey, how's everybody this evening? We're going to make one of my favorite one-pan dishes that I loved with our Epicure brand. It's lasagna skillet, and we're going to replace it since we don't have the Epicure packages anymore. So the first thing you're going to do is take a pound of ground beef. I prefer lean, and you're going to fry it up with a little bit of oil. And sometimes you don't need oil. It depends on I have lean, so it doesn't always have much fat in it. And you're going to continuously stab it, is what I'm doing. Break up the ground beef until it's little tiny kernels. And you can use a spatula. I love this tool that I have. And you can use it to separate your ground beef and get it into little tiny pieces. Now, I like lasagna skillet because it's not as much work as making a lasagna. My husband's favorite is lasagna. I'm hoping my son will eat this week with me. And having a little salad on the side or cut up veggies is a great way to make this a complete meal. And for cutting up veggies, just buy a veggie platter. That's what I do. And then the veggies already cut up, and that saves you time if you don't have time to cut up your veggies. All right, so we're going to keep that cooking a little bit more, breaking it up. So you're going to add, I believe the first thing we're going to add is the sauce. Okay, so this one was a little different, and it called for sausages, Italian sausages. And you did Italian sausages, and you fried them up. You took them out of your casings and fried them up. So you can either buy ground sausage, add spices to it, or just take your Italian sausages that are already done and take them out of their casings and fry them up that way. Now, I used ground beef because I had ground beef in the house. And like I've said before, use what you have. Always check your freezer, what foods you have, and use them up. Or if sausages are on sale, buy them. My local butcher is wonderful for having sausage meat in the freezer department, and it already is all seasoned. And I love to buy that sometimes for making something like this. So because I didn't have the sausages with all the flavors, I paid a little bit closer attention to what sauce I got. Now, I'm telling you, it's far better to make your own sauce from scratch with tomatoes and stuff, because then you have less sodium, less fillers, things like that. But I picked up a jar of sauce of Italian sausage, peppers, and onion, because it would have all the flavors in it, and you're going to add that. Now, it calls for 3 cups. I wonder if that'll fit in there. 3 cups. I need to get my knife. 3 cups of sauce, and that is about 2.5. So it might be a little off, but we'll work with it. Okay, so scrape out your jar and get all that sauce out of there. So what do you do if you don't have enough sauce? You could add a can of tomatoes that is not just tomatoes. What am I trying to say? Strained tomatoes that are cooked with no chunks in it. My kid said to me the other day, Mom, when you make pasta sauce, please don't put the chunks in it. Anyway, you could add a can, which I might actually do. We'll see. Okay, so that's there. You can add a small can, not a large can, but a small can of crushed tomatoes. Crushed tomatoes, what I was trying to think of. And this is a large can. You could use this instead of that jar, and this would be far better for you because it's just tomatoes. Crushed tomatoes, water, salt, a little bit of salt in there. You can buy low sodium ones. But you could put this in your meat and then add your spices. Now, you could add an Italian spice, salt and pepper, garlic, onions in there, and make your own robust sauce that'll be better than a jar of prepaid sauce. Hallie, take off. But anyway, so because I put the jar in, it's not quite enough. I might want to add half of this can, or you get a small can. We'll see how it goes. We're going to mix that up. Hallie. Because your sauce and the water that you're going to add, 1 cup of water, is what your pasta noodles are going to cook in, right? So you want lots of liquid because that is how they cook. So what I'm going to do, Hallie, oh my goodness. Yeah. Hallie doesn't get attention and she thinks she has to go eat my papers on the table. You know when you say the teacher or the dog ate my homework? Well, let me tell you, this one eats mine. Always. My grocery lists, the flyers. And if I have a book on the table, she eats it. Papers to get attention when I'm cooking. Anyway, more about this. So you can add some seasonings to that. My sauce should be pretty good with the seasonings that were in the jar. But add some salt, pepper, garlic, onions, definitely garlic. Get it out, love. I need to go put her out. Let's see if she'll go out. Must need a pee. All right, just a second here. Come on, sweetie. Let's go out. Come on. Go on then. Go pee. Sorry about that, but when the pup needs to go, she needs to go. All right, so we're going to add some pasta to that, and we're going to bring it to a boil. So I picked up this pasta. It's called Mafilda Quarta, and I'm sure I said that wrong. It's a really good pasta that looks like lasagna. Let me show you. Like a little piece, but you can just take lasagna noodles, and you need 9 lasagna noodles. And you just break up those lasagna noodles and put it in. So 9 broken up. But I'm going to use this pasta. I really like it. And I'm really not sure how much to use. So you're going to put in about half the bag. And if I find that lasagna is not soft enough for us, then I will add a cup of the tomato, the canned tomato, because I didn't have 3 cups of sauce. All right, put that in. You're going to bring it to a boil because you want it nice and hot so that the lasagna will take on the flavors and become soft and tender. And then when that's all said and done, you put a lid on to help you with that. But I have the wrong pan because this pan doesn't have a lid, but we'll make 2. So when it's all said and done, sorry about that, all said and done. Oh, look, that'll fit perfect. You're going to add a cup of ricotta cheese. Now, I find ricotta cheese really expensive. Cottage cheese is far cheaper. So a cup of cottage cheese, if you don't like how thick it is, you can puree it, and it'll be more like ricotta. And then you're going to, before you serve it, you're going to put on a cup of mozzarella cheese on top. So lots of cheese, meat. This is going to taste so good. A great meal for supper. You can add some Parmesan cheese in there too. And you can purchase this already together in a box. Hamburger Helper has it. Again, if you want to lower your sodium and know what you're putting in, it's easier to start from scratch and build it up. However, for some people, the box is quick and easy to use. I do like making it from scratch, and to be honest with you, I would make my own sauce. I just didn't take the time today, and that happens. You get busy in life, right? So, okay, I hear it cooking away. I'm not going to keep you here while it cooks. It'll take, I would say, about 3 to 5 minutes for that lasagna to cook and suck in that sauces and water, and this is going to taste so good. And I love a 1 pot because all I got to wash is this 1 pot. Everything's in there, and like this is a good 15-20 minute meal that you can make. Come home from work, fry up the ground beef, or better yet, do your proteins on the weekend. Have that ground beef already fried, and then you can throw it together so much quicker because it's the ground beef that takes so long. But I like to cook my ground beef up and do my dishes and get my breakfast ready or lunches packed or whatever it is that you need to do for your family. So I hope you enjoyed this cooking class, and I will see you next week. Hey, listen, drop by on my coffee chat on Sunday mornings, 8:30, or catch the replay. We are always talking about how to meal prep. And we're not talking about spending 3-4 hours on a Sunday. We're looking at other ways to just make it easier and not so hard on the head. Even planning. Sheet pans is the one that I've been doing. I've got a sheet pan ebook. If anybody needs that, comment below, let me know, and I'll get that right off to you. It's free. Everything's on there. I'm going to work on one pan meals. I'm going to work on marinades, making your protein on the weekend, and telling you different things you can make with it. So, and if you have a question, send it to me, because your question is what other people are asking, and I'm more than happy to help you in any way I can to make supper less stressful in your home. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful day, and thank you for stopping by. Take care.